Four things I want you to think about before you act, and not when someone has a gun or the lunatics down at the bank. Do what you do. But when you have time to think, number one, I want you to identify your motive and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Someone once said, an unexamined life is no life at all. Why are you doing what you're doing? Number two, is what you're doing in accordance with departmental policy and the law? What's the law and policy? Number three, and by the way, if you're not 51, you don't know this as well as me. And if you're older than me, then you know it better. Because number three, you need to ask yourself, what are the consequences of my behavior? What could happen as a result of what I'm doing? When you're older, you envision more consequences. Now, that can be debilitating, too, because what can you do if you envision too many consequences? Not do it. Oh, my God, I might get hit. People freaking wind up living in their houses and not coming out. You're right. Here's the deal. I want you to be able to balance, acceptable risk, but envision the consequences. Okay? Ask yourself, what could happen as a result of this, and take reasonable risk. And lastly, and this is really important, I want you to ask, is what I'm doing consistent with my moral principles? Okay? Is it? And by the way, I would never tell you what moral principles to have, but here's a good one to start with. Treat other people like you'd like to be treated. Right now, the church people are going, oh, good, that's ours. You know what? If you're on a cop retreat somewhere, or you're at a law enforcement educational training event somewhere, and you've got 7 movies from the adult channel on your hotel bill, you might want to reconsider whether you're living in accordance with the things that you live by every day. We don't need saints. We don't want people walking around pretending they're better, but we do need people to step up and say, I'm going to make a difference in my community. I'm going to be worthy of emulation by the ones that are coming after me.